If you think that launching an insurance product takes months, complex integrations with rating engines, and requires significant investment, then you should try Loro, the online platform for specialty insurance. My name is Loris, and today I'll show you how to create an insurance rating with Loro. It will take minutes instead of months, and clicks instead of coding, and with no upfront investment. Let's go ahead and build a directors and officers rating on Loro. So let's click on Add a Product. Then, Directors and Officers. I will just rename this category and create the product. Here it is. We're building a D&O product, and it will be for the privately held companies. The first rating is valid for 2022, only for USA, in US dollars. The policy duration will be either 12 or 24 months. The limits from $500K to $10 million, and the base price $400 for the minimum limit of $500K. So let's go ahead and build this rating. So I'll go back to my product section and click on ratings. Add a rating. Give it a title. Valid from 1st of Jan. Let's make it active. Publish on portal. We said it was for the privately held. For USA. Then we have to select the states. We will select them all. US dollar by default. The base price we said $400 for 500K, which will be the default limit as well. And we will let the policyholder choose a limit with an increment of $25,000 by $25,000. So for example, he could choose $525,000. Then we have to define the limit factors, the minimum limit and the maximum limit. This will be the minimum limit with factor 1, and the max limit will be 10 million with factor 12. You can define more factors if you want. For example, I'll define one for 5 million with 7.5 factor. Loro automatically adds a 12 months policy duration for you. Let's add the 24 months with a factor of 2. We're done with the basic settings. We can now go to the underwriting questions. These are the questions the policyholders will have to answer before they can buy a policy. They are grouped in 2 sections, company and coverage. Let's go ahead and create these groups in Loro. The first group is company. And the second group is coverage. Now let's add some questions to the company group. The first question is number of directors and officers. You can write a description here if you want, or a tooltip. This will be an integer. Now we have to define that for each person, there will be an additional premium of $25 added to the base price. To do this, we're going to go in Answers, and we'll define that if the number is more than 1 and less than 100, we multiply the number entered by 25 and sum it to the premium before the factors are applied. We'll go ahead and keep adding. We can say, for example, if the number is more than 100, then we'll trigger a referral. We add and close. The second question was the consolidated revenue in the past fiscal year. We'll offer a single choice question. So we have to define the choices and answers. The first choice is from 0 to 50 million. In that case, no impact on premium, so we'll multiply it by 1 and do nothing else. We add and keep adding. The second option is 50 million to 100 million. In this case, we're going to add 20% to the base price. So we multiply the premium by 1.2. We add and we keep adding. There is a third option, 100 million to 200 million. In this case, we'll add 35% to the premium. Add and close. A third question is, do you carry out business in the US? This will be a yes/no question. If the answer is no, there's no impact. But if the answer is yes, we'll trigger a referral and ask the percentage of revenue that is derived from the US. So no, we will leave it to 1, multiply the premium by 1. If it is yes, it triggers a referral, and we will add the question about the percentage of the revenue. So we'll add a fourth question. This will be a percentage. And this question will only appear if the answer yes to the previous question. We can define display conditions. Do you carry out business in the US? If the answer is yes, the question will appear. We're done with the first group. Let's go ahead with the second group, coverage. This is either a yes or a no question. If the policyholder answers no, there's no effect. But if he answers yes, then there is a referral and he needs to give more explanation. So if it's a yes, referral. And now we'll ask more details about the claims. This will be a text box, just information, no effect on the premium. Display conditions. This question will only appear if they answered yes to the claims question. Now the second question was EPL coverage extension. That's a yes or a no. If you wanted to give more information, for example, the cost of such an option, you could add it either in the description or the tooltip, for example. Now let's configure the pricing. If it's a yes, we'll add $250, and that is after the factors. And the last question is about the deductible. Again, a single choice. Let's click on Answers to create the choices. The first one is $10,000. If they choose such a deductible, we'll increase the base price by 5%. We'll keep adding. Second one is $25,000. No impact on pricing, so that will be pre-selected. And the last option is $75,000, and there is a discount of 5%. We're done with the questions. We just have to configure a few other things such as taxes, fees, schedule, and policy numbers. We'll set up a very basic policy number pattern, which will start by the year, then the product code, a dash, and the application ID. Then we'll set up the taxes and fees. We'll just create a basic tax, the IPT, which is a tax and is reimbursable upon cancellation of policy. And just a fee, the admin fee, value 3%, not reimbursable. And finally, a schedule. Let's give it a title, add a logo, and put some dummy text right here. For the schedule to be dynamic and also include the answers to questions, we can go in Questions, and then, for example, for the EPL coverage extension, we can decide to add this question and answer to the schedule. Any question can be added to the schedule, for example, the revenue. This way, our schedule is made of a fixed part and a dynamic part. We're done with the questions. Now we can see the effects on the portal. If I update the page, D&O should show up. Here it is. Now let's get an online quote. Let's click here, complete the form. So we'd like the policy to start in December, and we are a privately held company. This will look for the right rating. This is the first group of questions, company. Number of directors and officers. Let's type 20. Consolidated revenue in the past fiscal year, 50 to 100 million. We do carry out business, and we have about 5%. We do not have any claims, otherwise we could input the details. And we do want the EPL coverage extension. Deductible, we're going to choose 10,000, so it's going to be more expensive. And this is the result. We can choose between $500,000 and $10 million. We can move the slider, and this will update the premium automatically. We can also choose a different policy duration, which will also change the premium. Now let's go ahead and purchase the policy. These are the questions we chose to appear on the schedule. Now let's go ahead and purchase the policy. This is the checkout screen, where the policyholder will have to choose between payment methods that were configured previously. For this demo, I've only activated bank transfer. Let's go ahead and select the bank transfer payment method. We have now purchased the D&O policy. As a policyholder, I will be receiving an email with all the information, the bank transfer details, as well as a login, username and password to connect to the Pulpo portal and see my policy information. To sum up, today we've created a D&O product from scratch with a new rating, the rating questions, and what it took was less than 1 hour and no investment. Let me know your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below. We'll listen to our audience, and if there's anything you'd like us to add to Loro that can help your specialty insurance business, we'll try to do it. If this video was useful, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you for watching.